Hey y'all, this is Brett, and today I want to talk about nudity and probably some other things that people are just immature about. And for me, as a massage therapist, you can imagine that it might be a bit of an aggravation for me, amongst other things, that people just are not there yet. And yes, I must admit it, it's just annoying. And, you know, there are so many things that people are just okay with that. People are just okay with this and that, but I'm not. And then in other things that are totally natural and totally beautiful, they're just, oh, you can't do that. You know, it's their religion or something, you know. And the reason is because there are people out there that have messed it up for other people. And I'll give you some different instances here. Okay, like, I like to take my dog to various places and let her run free, which is the way a dog wants to be at the park, and chasing frisbees and having fun, etc., you know. But some losers at the park 5 years ago brought their pit bulls or some aggressive animal, you know, that, I'm not saying that all pit bulls are aggressive, but they tend to be, as we all know. Some kind of an aggressive dog that bit somebody. Okay, so now that whole neighborhood, it's been paranoid about any dogs running loose for years now, and anytime it sees one, it calls the dog catcher. Or, in regards to sexuality, you know, somebody raped somebody in that park. And so, if you go and you sunbathe in just like very short shorts and you show a lot of skin, everybody's like, he's a rapist, you know? And somebody always ruins it. There are just all these losers out there that ruin it for everybody else. And so that's the basic problem here, you know. If we lived in a perfect world, the world that I want to live in someday, where there aren't people that cause these problems, then there's no need for anyone to be paranoid or to be nitpicky about anything. Because we've all seen somebody we've seen ourselves naked, bare ass naked in the bathroom. What's wrong with it? Nothing. We've accidentally seen people naked. And they're like, oh my God, don't look at me. You've never seen a penis before. You've never seen a vagina before. You've never seen breasts before. It is just so annoying for me. And, God, I hope I live in a better world next time around. I so do. I so do. God bless me with a better world than this one. But in any case, let's talk further about this. Yesterday, a few days ago, I had someone that wanted to take, a massage therapist that wanted to take my Ashiatsu class. And, you know, I'll admit, I've not been in a great mood lately. I keep going through these cycles of cleansing and healing. I quit peanut butter and chocolate, and that's made me irritable. But this person, I asked her if she understood the draping policy for Ashiatsu, which is a rolled up towel put on them when they're nude. If they go nude, they have a rolled up towel put on them instead of the sheet, so that the person, the Ashiatsu therapist, can work on their whole backside of their body without having to move the sheet around. That's how I like to do Ashiatsu barefoot massage, as all of you have seen. And she says, she's been a massage therapist for 3 years now. And she said that she went to some neuromuscular school and that she has some extra licensure for just that. And she's bragging about that. And I'm like, okay. And then she says that she always asks all of her clients to wear underwear. at the spa that she works in. And that's their policy, to have everyone wear underwear. And I'm like, you mean you never have anyone go nude at all? And she says, no, I've never had anyone go nude completely. I mean, to work on glutes right, to strip the muscles, the gluteal muscles well, not just compress them through the underwear, but to strip them with oil. And all of you that are learning about self-massage, you need to know this. You need to use oil so that you can strip the muscles. You can strip the lactic acid and the toxins, etc., out of the muscle. Okay? So I have these students come to me constantly that just don't know so many basic things like using unrefined oil. They'll bring creams here. And they don't know to wear an apron so that they don't get oil on their clothes. Just basic things that they don't know. And I'm just kind of put up with it all, with people that are unprofessional and not good therapists, not good massage therapists. And now, and I see this all the time, massage therapists that are sexually immature. They don't even, this one doesn't even work on people nude with a sheet on. In any state, you have to have draping. You have to have a sheet covering their privates. But when you want to work on their glutes, and in some states, including North Carolina, with informed consent, you can work on breasts as well. Because breasts need massage too. And yes, there can be, because human beings are not perfect, there can be a degree of sexuality to it. But there's a difference between right and wrong, and consent, and all of that. And people, because they are so immature in this world, and so unethical, and such idiots, and just stupid, etc., etc. And I know I'm not being very positive, but I have to get this off my chest, because I'm annoyed. And so anyways, this person, I was like, you've never worked on anybody without their underwear on. And she says something to the degree of, well, I just move the underwear to the side to work on their glutes. Ugh. Right, like that's really good, that really works, like that's really easy, like that's really functional. It's totally not. And she must live in like this conservative town, or work for a spa, or went to a school that was like afraid. They're afraid of nudity. You know, I had a therapist come to me a long time ago, and I'm not going to tell you this story. This guy was also a nurse, okay? So imagine the conservative mindset of someone that's a massage therapist and also a sterile nurse, okay? So I'm not even going to tell you that story. So that's why I live in a progressive place. I once lived in this place called, I'm not going to tell you the name of the town, but it was like I needed work. I needed a job. And so I got a job at this spa out in the desert in Arizona, a conservative state. And this was a community of Mormons, okay? And they had natural hot springs there. And so they built this spa because they'd been drilling for oil years and years ago. And they didn't hit oil, they hit hot water, and so they made a couple of spas out in the desert near Tucson, and in the 60s, in the 1960s. And they built all these hot tubs within this spa, and one of the spas was very conservative, and the other one was just totally liberal, hippie liberal, colorful, you know, cool, if you will. But I worked at the conservative one because they had just enacted in 2004 licensure, massage licensure, for the state of Arizona. And I was a brand new therapist with an Arizona massage license. And they closed down, basically they closed down this spa because they told this guy, Joe, his name was, that you cannot have massage therapists working there without state licenses anymore as of January 1, 2004. And so he had to tell all these girls that they'd never been to school, nothing. They just learned from their friends and stuff. A lot of them were Mormons. They just learned from their friends how to do massage. And even there, though, people went nude. And it was acceptable. And they had these brick massage tables. They were like bricks. And the legs were 4x4 pine. 4x4s of pine. And I went there, and even being a brand new massage therapist, I was still way too far out for them. I'd been doing my health and healing thing for nearly about 15 years, something like that, already. And I knew there was nothing wrong with nudity. A lot of you out there watching me right now, you still think that there's something wrong with nudity. Well, I'm hoping to get you beyond that. But in any case, I worked for this place where the community was 85% Mormon there. But all these people would come out from Tucson and Phoenix for a massage and a sit in the spa, hot water springs. And it was wonderful, you know. It was really cool, despite these massage tables and the massages being very conservative, you know. But down the road, I one day walked down to this other place that was the very liberal, hippie camp-out place. You could camp out, you know, and sit in these outdoor rock hot springs. The other place, the conservative place, was cement indoor hot springs. And you could sit out and totally naked in these hot springs, and I'm sure a lot of people smoked pot and all of that, you know, and you could camp out. And I went down to this place, and this woman was sitting at the front desk, and she, I learned later, was the owner, and she had this excruciating pain about her face. And I said, well, what's wrong? And she said, oh, I just got bit by scorpions, and I've taken 2 Tylenols. I think she had taken them twice, she said. And it still is killing me, you know. And I'll never forget that, because I was like, I'd seen scorpions around because it was total desert, you know, and I was living in this little trailer on the side of this building where I worked, because he needed somebody so bad. He let me just come out there and work, and he worked me to death. And some days I was so tired, because, you know, I do therapeutic massage, not foo-foo massage. And in order to do therapeutic, high-quality, top-notch massage, you have to get people naked. I mean, people can go with their underwear on if they want to. But if they've got back pain, I'm telling you, their quads need to be worked on, and their hamstrings need to be worked on, and yes, their glutes need to be stripped, and stripped well. And their iliopsoas muscle needs to be released. So anybody that's afraid to see bellies, if you're afraid to see bellies, well, I'm telling you, you better not be a massage therapist. And that's just how it is. That's just how it is. And somehow I've got to come to some kind of an acceptance and understanding about this stupid world that I live in. And I'm sorry to be negative, because I've been working on being positive, but it's like I can't escape from it. I can't escape from this stupid world, this immature idiocy of a world that I live in. Be well.